Hi guys, and thank you for tuning in on today's video. I'm so excited to have you here. On today's video, I'll be talking about how to get paid to be you. I just started this new series and this is the first video on that series. It's going to be all about branding yourself, your business or anything, how to just channel whatever you're doing or whatever potential you have in you in order to make money out of it. Okay, and so on today's video, I'll be teaching you how to get paid to basically be you and how to also figure out what is that thing that you possess that could monetize. So let's head right into the video. And so when we hear the word brand, what first comes into our mind? Most of us assume that what we are talking about is business. However, brand surpasses just business, and brand is the general perception people get whenever they think about something. So you as a person, you do have a brand. So whenever people think about you, whatever perception they have about you is your brand. Perception in basic English is the awareness you get through your senses. And so it's the understanding, the interpretation of something. So that understanding and the interpretation that people have about you is your brand. You can't exactly know what people think about you. However, you have the power to be able to control where such thoughts come from your general behavior towards people. Given for example, the moment you are mean to somebody, you might be branded as such person in the person's thought to whom such mean behavior was affected, or even those that were around when such action was carried out. Whatever they interpret it as might affect their thought about you. You cannot exactly control how a person thinks about such behavior. However, you have the power to control where such thoughts come from by not being mean or trying as much as possible to compose yourself whenever you're outside. That way, people around you do not perceive you to be a certain person, which maybe you are not, or even if you are, it would affect your brand in a negative way. Brand cannot only be formed by your actions and behavior towards people. It can also be formed by your physical appearance. Studies had shown that people that are physically attractive and beautiful tend to have better foundation when it comes to people's perception about them, because people assume that, oh, they are beautiful. It's quite appealing to the soul to see something beautiful. Your demeanor too. Sometimes when you are calm and you're all collected and all in the way you act, it affects the way people also perceive you. Your charisma, the aura around you, the energy you give, even without you saying anything, affects people's perception about you. And then your values. So sometimes people tend to be more lenient towards people that they believe have high values, maybe because they have a particular religious belief. So people tend to have that lower guard around them, and their perception towards them is always in the positive light. Your personality, to have an outgoing personality, jovial, social and all, tend to have it easy when people are trying to perceive or interpret their personality. And so your communication style, if you communicate fluently, if you communicate giving a lot of examples when you talk to people, it would make communication easier. That way, it is very unlikely that people would feel a certain way about you. And so that way, it affects their perception about you as well. Just to go into the gist of today's video, which is how to get paid to be you. Given that earlier, I had told you ways that people would perceive you and things that would make people have a particular interpretation or perception about you. Now, I'll be telling you how to leverage those things. If you know you are physically attractive, you have a good outgoing personality, how do you monetize those perceptions and interpretation people have about you so that way it works for you and it's not just something that you have, but you are also leveraging it to suit your needs. When you've been able to understand people's perception about you, be it that you know that you're an outgoing person, you know that you're beautiful and all, which is an advantage to you, the next step is to leverage it for your advantage. So for example, there's so many celebrities known for controversies. Yeah, they are known for having this one shade or the other. Some of them actually even use negative perception that people have about them for their own advantage. They use it for their branding and all. We know various examples. They're always dragging them for a certain content that they put up or something, or a certain kind of style that they have. In as much as that, they still use it to keep going and keep getting popular, because in as much as they are being dragged for those controversies, it is that people's mouths are whining about that thing. It's giving them popularity, which they are leveraging to their advantage at the end of the day. On the other hand, there are also people that people trust a lot. They are probably talking about a particular thing, and so people tend to agree with their values and beliefs to which they uphold and they put out there. So sometimes they leverage that, given that people trust them and already believe that they would always say the truth, or whatever they are saying tends to make sense, they would use that to build a particular brand based on that trust. Given that I am a content creator and I'm a business owner, I have tried as much as possible to leverage the branding that people have, the perception that people have about me. And so I had tried to build my brand based on those perceptions, which are originality, elegance, and authenticity. I always want to shoot for the star, and when I get it, I also want to chill with all the heavenly bodies that there is. So in conclusion, how about you think deeply and know what exactly you're so good at, and then leverage on that, because honestly, that could be your brand at the end of the day. If you know you're so pretty and you want your brand to be that reflects a model, lifestyle, beauty, skincare, and all those things. How about you leverage on that today? Putting in mind that whatever you are good at should be something that can resonate with an audience. Do not make your brand so sophisticated that you would get choked at some point. And so I hope I'll see you in my next video, where I'll be talking about branding, getting paid for what you love to do. Remember, today's video was you being able to identify that thing that is in you that you could get paid for. And so in the next video, I'll be helping you identify that thing that you love doing and that you could get paid for. See you in my next video, and bye.